Well, one of the things I hope to achieve is to get a fairly understanding of how the parties are looking in developing and preserving the biological resources of our country and how and what part indigenous people will be playing in helping to for that achievement.
Um, so, tell us, help us understand what are the most pressing biodiversity issues in Guyana.
Well, with the development that is taking place in the world presently, we have one of the main issues the is climate change, which will have a severe impacts on the various type of biodiversity. Um, and with the new developments that is taking place, what impact it will have on biodiversity and climate change.
So, you said that you work in the realm of human rights uh, as well as working closely with the communities. Help us understand these means to ensure the conservation of biodiversity. What is the entire mechanism and what are the specific activities that your organization takes up?
Well, one of the things I've been working on was developing. We did a case study on Articles Tennessee of the CBD and getting to document the traditional knowledge and the customary use of biodiversity by the people. That's what we're working on how this is going to help to combat climate change.
Um, Tell us about how this translates into real activities in your part of South America, and what are the specific activities that will be decided or implemented in the region you come from.
Well, as an indigenous person, one of the things that we've been working on was try to ensure that you have land tenure. That's the right to your lands, so that you can continue with your traditional way of life and the customs that you have do in conserving biodiversity and in the same time helping to combat the different areas of climate change that is taking place. Now, we also been helping to educate the people, to build the local people capacity so they can understand what are their rights to land, what are their rights as it relates overall to their land rights. We're working on that.
So, capacity building. How do you ensure capacity building apart from, of course, the direct means of awareness programs and educational programs? What are the other ways of ensuring capacity building among communities?
One of the things we've been doing was we do it, and besides theoretical, we also do practical activities because people learn by doing. More indigenous people have been doing that, practices, more than the book side of it. As people say, the theoretical part of it, it's quite difficult for them to understand. And what we've been doing also is trying to get them to understand the legal regulations because in every country you have regulations that you have to go on, which is adopted by Parliament and sanctioned. So you must understand what your way of life as well as the formal setting in which you operate.